Okay, welcome back to me not knowing what to do in Super Auto Pets anymore. I thought I would give the old Tiger Rhino build a try, and this was my previous attempt. I thought I would leave it in because I did a lot of attempts at this. I really wanted to get the absolute perfect run where I run into a summoning build and I have a Tiger Rhino plus splash attack. That way I have a chance of getting a double kill with the Rhino, and then its effect would just go crazy. But after playing a whole bunch of games, I realized that's completely unrealistic because killing things in late game with splash attack just does not happen. And so I got satisfied with this run, which I guess you are watching with me. I don't really remember what I did, so this is kind of a first time experience. Apparently I went horse build to start. If I get a bad opening shop, I don't think it's the worst idea. And the main thing I actually wanted to do was I wanted to draw as many rounds as possible because I found out that if you win too quickly, you just don't have time to scale your Rhino and get it to level 3. Then how will I get that perfect screenshot for the thumbnail, you know? So I wanted to draw a lot of games, which means the best way to draw is just have a badger in the back with no honey. And that was typically my strat going into these. And then for the actual tiger rhino part, I would just have a monkey and scale it as quickly as possible. It would have been a lot easier if I decided to try to just go with melon armor instead of going splash attack every time, but I still wanted to have that small possibility of that dream run. Anyway, so I think this is the most satisfying build in Super Auto Pets because if you do just kill, you can kill an entire team with one attack with the Rhino because you knock something out and then the rocks just kill the rest. A level 3 Rhino does 12 damage, and if you have a tiger behind that that's also level 3, that's an additional 12, and that would be 24, and not a lot of things are surviving 24. Unfortunately, it's pretty much only good against summoning builds. It's really not a great unit otherwise. I wouldn't really recommend going Rhino. And for some reason, people have stopped going with the summoning builds in Arena. I'm not sure what happened. I think the players suddenly got a lot better. I'm finding it harder to get on good win streaks anymore. My best is 9, but recently I've only been getting 3 or 4, and then it's been cut short. So here you can see I have the badger in the back. I'm already at 3 wins, which isn't great. Again, you just want to draw those early games, but that's really just up to RNG. And then, yeah, so just scaling the rhino with the monkey, putting a tiger behind it. It's not great, but it has won me quite a few arena runs. I've had surprising success with it. I think it's mostly just because I'm hard rolling for monkeys on turn 9, and it turns out monkeys are still really good in this game. You can just scale one unit with that monkey, and a lot of times that will beat people's teams. There's still not a lot of skunks in the game, so it's usually not a huge problem. And if you somehow do lose with that, you can always have a monkey penguin. That way you have some good units behind it as well as one strong unit, and then you can't really lose in arena, or at least very rarely. The other way to consistently win an arena is dragon scaling, of course, but that doesn't happen too often, and it can be pretty tricky because, from my experience, trying to go for dragon on turn 11, if you're just hard rolling for it, as in you're only rolling for dragon on turn 11 and that's all you're looking for and buy nothing else, your chance of actually seeing a dragon in the shop apparently is around 50%. And that's assuming you spend 10 rolls. You can see I get an early monkey, which is just so helpful. It's still a huge advantage. You're getting a free +6/+6 off of those 2 extra turns. But yeah. So what else to talk about? I figured what they should do to keep arena interesting, or just the meta interesting in general, is they should keep updating the game with balance changes, which it seems obvious, right? But they haven't really changed the game at all since that big patch, I don't know, 2 months ago. It's been a while, it feels like. I think what they should do is just buff some of the weaker stuff in this game, like Peacock, Camel, all the stuff that is bad. You just give them slight buffs, and then people can kind of experiment with them, have fun trying them out and seeing if they're actually viable anymore. And it's very easy to do, and I don't think that there's any consequence, right? It's pretty easy to just buff Peacock by +1 health or +1 attack or something like that, and at least it'll keep the people entertained in the meantime while they're working on pack 3, which I hopefully will come out soon. I mean, that's going to be a big thing, I hope. But you can see here, just leveling the monkey is great scaling. Almost rolled past the rhino. I can't tell you how many times I almost rolled past a rhino when I was doing this. But even after like a dozen attempts at this, I was still like, okay, I really have to make sure I don't roll past a Rhino because the muscle memory is just too strong. And this looks pretty good, so immediately get that Rhino scaling with the monkey, and you can see like right away it's actually just doing great things. Maybe the Rhino's not terrible, but it's certainly like it's not great, even if I had somewhat decent success with it. Here I gotta buy the chili first to make space for that tier 6 in case I did somehow get a tiger. But now it's just up to matchmaking. So obviously the weakness of the Rhino is that like most of the time it'll just die and trade with the strongest unit at the front, because most people just have the strongest unit in the front, especially since I don't have like melon armor or anything. It's pretty risky, but luckily like things kind of worked out in my favor. I won too many games early on, so I was like, okay, I don't really know what to do, but I just there's like no way I can change the game plan. I just have to keep scaling the Rhino and hope for some losses. And now it's turn 11, so tier 6s are unlocked. I'm just looking for the tiger, and that's pretty much it. I guess Rhinos as well. And the monkey scaling is pretty much good enough. Like, once you get this automatic scaling, you can pretty much just spend all your gold on rolling. It's pretty silly, but that's just how the game works. Monkeys still way overpowered, at least in arena. I think in like versus and 1v1s, where you know people have to put like their strongest thing at the front, it's pretty easy to counter, especially if you have melon armor, because then like you just put something weak in front and their melon armor gets broken. But here, I don't even need to go for level 3 Rhino. In my experience, or I mean level 3 monkey, I don't think it's really that necessary in arena, unless if you like get it immediately. But I have found that level 3 monkey in versus is actually super good. Like, I kind of feel like that's all you need for scaling. If you can get a level 3 monkey, then you're pretty much set. Like, it can almost keep up with like dragon scaling and stuff. It's pretty nice. But here, I finally get the level 3 Rhino. I don't know why I said finally. It's only turn 13. That's pretty realistic to get level 3. But right here, I'm doing 12 damage plus an additional 4 from the level 1 tiger. So it's looking pretty good, and I decided to turn off fast forward just in case I do run into that summoning build. You want ultimate satisfaction. But instead, I just trade with the hippo. It doesn't really matter, though, because the rest of my team is still pretty strong. And you can finally see the final round. I think this is the final round. Yep. This is probably as like satisfying as I could get with this run. I didn't get the level 3 tiger, but I don't think that really matters. And here I was like, wait, we got 2 more Rhinos. Why not try scaling another one just in case we lose? I don't think that would have worked very well, but it could have been funny to have double Rhino. And I got it to 50-50, so it's perfect. Level 3 Rhino with splash attack at 50-50. I was really hoping to run to the summoning build, but instead, I just got a pretty weak team, and here we go. I'll just let this play out. Actually, I probably shouldn't, because then it's just complete silence. But you can see, I punch through melon armor. Well, I don't punch through melon armor. I break melon armor, and then I kill it. And the double rock throwing is just too good. It's so satisfying, isn't it? I love it. It's a great, fun build, even if it's not very good. And that's a nice thing to have in Super Auto Pets. But yeah, that's it for this run. I will continue to do meme runs in the future, probably, because what else am I going to do? Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.